2 years ago today, WWE debuted 3 women from NXT. The fiery redhead last kicker, Becky Lynch, the boss and then NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks, and the genetically superior Charlotte Flair. Today, these 3 ladies have gone on to being very successful in their respective brands, as Charlotte is a former 4-time Raw Women's Champion, only woman to have held the Divas NXT and Raw Women's Championship, and Sasha Banks will go on to be a 3-time Raw Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion, as well as Charlotte and Sasha competing in the first ever Women's Hell in a Cell match, and these 3 putting on an amazing match at WrestleMania 32, and Becky going on to competing in what was the first ever Women's Money in the Bank match, but she came up short but absolutely made an impressive showing. The debut of these ladies struck the whole division and took it by storm, and WWE would later go on to dub this debut the Divas Revolution. Hello, welcome to BWI, and today we're going to be talking about the Divas Revolution. The way it happened was WWE brought it to be that these ladies would each have their own team, with Team Bella being consisted of what was already Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, and the dominant then Divas champion Nikki Bella, then Team BAD, Beautiful and Dangerous, made up of Tamina, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. Then Team PCB, which had its fair share of names, might I add, before then, but we don't need to get into that, made up of Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Paige. If you were around, if you watched women's wrestling in 2015, you certainly know how much of a disappointment this storyline was. It was a big slap in the face to a lot of the female talent that didn't get the recognition, and most importantly, even though I liked it and enjoyed it, it wasn't booked the best. I mean, they had the potential to do so much more with the women's division and with this whole thing. In the end, the only team that really stood tall was Team Bella, as every other team would go on to turn on each other. The Team Bella stayed together but had to disband due to Nikki Bella's injury, which I'm pretty sure had she not gotten injured, we would have had Team Bella, with some rift between them. But going back to the debut of Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte, these 3 ladies were basically the forefront. WWE put a name on what was already happening in the women's division then, and they credit these 3 ladies to be the reason why women's wrestling has changed for the better, but they disregarded women like Ivelisse Velez, or Sexy Star, or Trish Stratus, Victoria, Lita, Jazz, Ivory, Jacqueline, women who have actually been doing this for years, especially in WWE. You go to your Michelle McCool, Mickie James, Melina, Layla era, the 2009, 2008, 2010 divas, where they were absolutely fighting for their rights rather than just being handed it to them. No doubt in my mind that these 3 ladies are 3 of the most talented female wrestlers on this earth. But to say that they were the ones who really changed the game because WWE said they did is a lie. And I'm making this video to sort of give recognition to the other 5 voices who actually really did a lot to bring up these 3 and did a lot more. So I've already mentioned Melina, Michelle McCool, Trish Stratus, Victoria, Lita, every single one of those ladies in the women's Divas Revolution, which I will make a whole other video of how the history of women's wrestling, talking about that. But right now I want to focus on the Divas Revolution specifically, because something right now on the internet, with the whole debut of these 3 ladies and the argument of it, people are noticing who really started this all. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane to NXT Arrival. I think it was Arrival. I think it might have been beforehand. Anyway, the first ever NXT special. It might be this one, it might not. But Paige and Emma. The first ever NXT Women's Champion was going to be crowned in a tournament. So women competing in this tournament are Oksana, Tamina, Natalia. Wait. I don't even remember. Oh my goodness. But point is, in the end, it came down to Paige and Emma. Emma was the bubbly, fun, charismatic diva, and Paige was the opposite. She was the anti everybody loved Paige, they loved Emma, they loved both, and they enjoyed how this was going to play out. Build-up came into this match, and a whole bunch of things came to this match, and point is though, these two ladies went on to putting on one of the greatest women's matches in NXT, which I fully believe had these two ladies not put on a great match like they did, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha, Summer Rae, and all of the other NXT female competitors that are here today and that are there today and that were there before today, you know, wouldn't have been taken seriously. Let's remember back when NXT was broken up into seasons. Let's remember the first ever women's season. Women like Caitlyn, Oksana, Maxine, AJ Lee, Naomi were a part of that season, and they really tried their best to show up, you know. And now, had Paige and Emma not put on such a serious good match, I highly doubt that anybody in the backstage management would have cared as much for the women's division as they did for this match. I truly believe that Paige and Emma contributed a lot to the NXT women, which in turn contributed to the women's division in WWE. This match made WWE take women's wrestling that much more seriously, and they believed it firmly. And from there, Bayley and Sasha and Charlotte and Becky, you know, and Alexa Bliss were all able to sprout and use this whole platform now and use wrestling and take it seriously, and WWE certainly has taken them seriously thanks to this match in NXT, because then the women were given a chance to shine and thus started the movement of NXT women versus main roster women. So with that being said, now we're going to move on to the next people who contributed to Divas Revolution, and that is the Bella Twins. I have a picture here of Total Divas. This is the full picture I'm going to use for the Bella Twins because I want you to notice something and I want you to see that. Okay, I want you to see, just ignore Fox and Rosa and all them, just look at the Bella Twins. People don't like the Bella Twins because they are like this. They look like this. They act like this. But to deny that Nikki Bella has certainly, and Brie as well, you know, even when Nikki was injured and really to Fastlane with her whole program with Charlotte, Brie was really doing good matches and she was doing a lot. It bothers me when people don't give as much credit to Nikki because she's a pretty face. But at the same time, those same people, those same men would absolutely love to focus on her body. But at the end of the day, the Bella Twins did contribute some to the women's division. They used their platform, they used the whole popularity game to bring attention to the Divas division. And if you noticed, Nikki Bella's championship matches and Nikki Bella's matches period always were long. They were never under 5 minutes throughout the end of 2014 and the end of 2015. They were never under 5 minutes, and if they were, it was during the whole Give Divas a Chance movement, which, again, who was a part of that? Emma, Paige, and the Bellas. You know, Brie was the one who had said, if they're just gonna give us a minute and something seconds with, you know, without the entrances included, so 4 minutes with entrances and all of that, then what's the point? We should just take the 30 seconds and that's it. Had that idea not been pitched in, none of this really would have even gone on to be the Give Divas a Chance movement. And even then, which I'll get into what else started the Give Divas a Chance movement, but the Bella Twins were really already improving, especially Nikki. You look at what she has, how long she has, how far she has come. You know, you can argue John Cena has helped her get title opportunities, but then it's disproven by the fact that she didn't win the first ever SmackDown Women's Championship. Wasn't even the last one in the match. She was like the third one, fourth one eliminated by Carmella. You know, so the fact that Nikki is being said to have all of these opportunities. In my opinion, somebody who has that much opportunities shouldn't even be in wrestling. If she has all this money, why is she come back from a career-threatening neck injury, a life-threatening neck injury, if she wasn't passionate about this business? But at the end of the day, my point is, besides that, is Nikki and Brie added the whole backstage power, the whole fan, and the whole popularity gain. The final and hidden gem of the whole Divas Revolution, the biggest aspect, in my opinion, the biggest key aspect was AJ Lee. To deny AJ Lee that she was, to say that she wasn't a big part of the Divas Revolution is just you being a hater. Because I used to be a hater, because I'm a Bella Twin fan. But the thing is with AJ is she really did a lot. She was always wanting and talking about how all the women, they really do work hard. They really should get this, match and all of that. And she even went up to Stephanie McMahon and Twitter with everybody around the world looking. Knowing that this could jeopardize her career in wrestling, she went to Stephanie McMahon and she told them, hey, the women deserve more. And the women should get more. She fought for time. She fought for this and that. She gave the Divas Division a name. And it bothers me when Sasha Banks and everybody else demean the Divas Division and the word diva, because a woman like AJ Lee, it was, and I'm not saying, complaining is bad. Of course, it's one thing to complain, it's one thing to fight. And AJ fought for it, and AJ gave it a meaning. She went on to show how being a diva isn't about being just pretty. It's about being talented. And to me, AJ Lee did so much for the women's division in terms of wrestling, and in terms of power, in terms of fighting, in terms of women empowerment for the ladies in WWE. She was the biggest hidden gem in everything. She was always promoting the women's division at every chance she got. She was so popular, so over with the fans, and she made it perfectly clear that women's wrestling, and that wrestling in general, and that women, it's just not all about looks. And she wanted to prove that. She was carrying on the torch that women like Michelle McCool, Melina, Trish Stratus, Mae Young have been blazing with throughout these whole years. So now, we've credited the 5 women who have started it, but let's also not deny the fact that, again, the 4 horsewomen are a big part of the women's division today. They put on some amazing matches, but I think it's time WWE and all the fans realize that even the Bella Twins, Paige, Emma, and especially AJ Lee, did so much for the women's division when it was a joke for it to be considered serious. Or when Sasha, Charlotte, Becky all stepped up to the plate, they had something to do. They had somewhere to go. So anyways, this is my video of Divas Revolution. If you guys disagree with this, comment on ahead and tell me, what did you like, what didn't you like, what do you disagree with, what do you think about it, who do you think, who else would you add? I would say Summer Rae also as well is another good part, because she was always involved with Sasha and Charlotte in NXT when she had started off. I'm sorry I didn't add her, but she did add some sort of, she was kind of like the third person with Paige, Emma, and yeah, so she was like the third person. But anyways, let's just go back and remember this Divas Revolution, but really remember who started it and who ended it, and who is the person who, the people who really wanted more time and wanted more from the women. And with that, I say, like, share, subscribe, and like this video. Until next time, bye.